Amigo Blaugrana, the movements at Barça don't stop for a second. After being crowned champions of the Club World Cup, Chelsea is coming back strong and wants to make a luxury exchange with Barça for a gem from La Masia. And you know I'm going to tell you every detail of this bombshell that's about to explode. Barça continues to search for a top striker, and a name we already know has resurfaced strongly in the offices. Deco is not wasting any time and is already in full negotiation with this star to be Lewandowski's replacement. But beware, controversy is served. The supporters are calling for Deco's head. The reason? The frustrating negotiations that have stalled with Nico Williams and now with Luis Diaz. The Cules directly blame him for not having signed any star yet. And you, do you think Deco is responsible for Barça not having recruited a star yet? Leave your opinion below. We want to know what you think. Meanwhile, Hansi Flick already has his blacklist for the 2025 to 2026 season and has clearly indicated that he does not count on these players. Cule friend, would you keep any of these sideline players, or do you think a big cleanup is needed? Don't miss anything, stay until the end, comment, make sure you're subscribed to our channel, and help us reach 5,000 subscribers. Turn on the bell, because it's going to heat up. According to information revealed by the portal Somos Fanáticos, the day that Cule supporters have been waiting for so long has finally arrived. After years of searching for a new owner for the most legendary jersey in world football, FC Barcelona has made a decision. Lamine Yamal is the new number 10 of Barça. And that's not all. The young man, only 18 years old, has just signed the highest salary of the entire team with earnings that can reach the impressive figure of 40 million euros per season, more than 258 million reais. And now, tell me frankly, have we finally found a successor worthy of the legend Lionel Messi? This news, Cule friend, is the kind that makes the heart beat faster, because it's not just about a jersey number change or a marketing coup. It's a symbol, a new beginning, a bold bet on a young man who grew up in our training center, who has the club's DNA flowing through his veins, and who will now wear a number that weighs like a crown, the number 10. And we're not talking about just any jersey. This number 10 is sacred. It has been worn by Maradona, Romario, Ronaldinho, Messi. Geniuses who made history, who elevated Barça to the pinnacle of world football. Since Messi left, this number has become a burden. Ansu Fati tried, and the supporters believed, dreamed, supported, but the magic did not return. Until now. At his presentation, Yamal spoke like someone who knows exactly what awaits him. This is my home, this is my dream. We are going to have fun at Spotify camp. That's it. He's not just coming to play, he's coming to bring joy back to our temple, to put fear back into the eyes of the opponent. But the impact of this decision goes far beyond the symbolic. Lamine Yamal is not just the new number 10, he is the center of Barcelona's project. The management does not want him to shine alone, which is why prestigious names are already resonating. Luis Diaz, Rafael Leão, Blajovic, all elite footballers, and yes, Julian Alvarez is also part of the Cule dream, a complicated recruitment, but one that reflects the club's limitless ambition. Laporta and Deco know what they are doing. They are designing a new cycle, a new era, and the epicenter of this reconstruction has a name, names, and a mischievous smile of someone who was born to make a difference. Lamine Yamal, Nashraoui, and Ivana. And pay attention to this comparison that will choke more than one rival. At just 18 years old, Lamine is already at the same salary level as Salah, Mbappe, Vinicius Jr., and Haaland. Yes, the football world already considers him at the level of the greatest. And you know what that means. That Barça has once again bet big on a homegrown talent, and now there is no turning back. While Real Madrid supporters continue to dream of Galacticos and astronomical figures, Barcelona is giving its supporters something much more precious, identity. The club is betting on a young man trained at home, who breathes La Masia, who has pure football in his feet, and who now receives the opportunity to lead the next generation. And the question is now clear and direct. Is Lamine Yamal ready to become the new face of Barcelona and carry the weight of the most mythical jersey in world football? If it depended on the club's confidence, the talent he has already shown on the field, and the chills he has caused today in every rival, the answer seems inevitable, but the best is yet to come. Because if you think the arrival of the new number 10 is the big bombshell of the day, wait until you see who could arrive to play alongside him in the coming weeks. The management is preparing another move that can explode the market, and this one, my friend, will even leave the Madridistas speechless. Stay tuned, because the new era has already begun, and Barça is once again making headlines around the world as it should. According to the Catalan Daily Sport, coach Hansi Flick has very clear ideas. Before embarking on FC Barcelona's tour of Asia, there are several matters that need to be resolved as quickly as possible. And we're not talking about simple tweaks. We're talking about surgical cuts to the squad, decisions that clearly show that the new German manager has arrived with a firm hand and a long-term vision. And now the question is for you, Kuhl at heart, who truly deserves to wear the Barça jersey in this new era that is beginning. The 2025-26 transfer market has started with determination at Can Barça, especially regarding departures. So far, the club has already confirmed 5 significant departures. Alex Valle, transferred to Como in Italy for €6 million, Pablo Torre sold to Mallorca for €5,000, Ansu Fati loaned to Monaco, Ander Astralaga loaned to Granada, and Clement Lenglet, whose contract was terminated. But this, Kuhl, is just the beginning, because Flick does not want to take players without protagonism to Asia. He wants a reduced, focused group with space for the young players from La Masia who are asking for their chance to shine. And for that, more names will fall. One of them is Oriol Romeu. The end of his era. At 33 years old, the midfielder returned from a loan at Girona without leaving a mark. He played 31 matches without particularly standing out. Barça knows that a sale is complicated, so they are already considering giving him his freedom by paying part of his salary. He has a contract until 2026, but he is not part of Flick's plans. His cycle is simply over. Second, Iñaki Peña, the goalkeeper who found himself without a place. At 26 years old, he is stuck in an overbooking of goalkeepers, Ter Stegen, Szczesny, and Joan Garcia. The club thinks it is time for him to continue his journey. He has a market, but his salary complicates a transfer. The solution is a partial termination with Barça covering part of his salary. A discreet departure, but totally necessary. Third, Pau Victor, a piece that depends on the offensive puzzle. He can play as a central striker or left winger, but his continuity depends on the arrival of a high-level recruit for this position. If that happens, Pau would leave on loan or be transferred for about €10 million. His future is up in the air, and he could be used as a bargaining chip in this new Barça that is being built. Fourth, Andreas Christensen, the big bomb of the summer. And here is the strong name. Christensen has a contract until 2026. He still has prestige in Europe, but injuries have affected him, and in defense, there are too many names ahead of him. Pau, Inigo Martinez, Ronald Araujo, and even Eric Garcia. With 5 central defenders in the squad and a new style of play on the way, his departure seems inevitable. A sale now would serve to lighten the wage bill and generate income. The Dane still has value in the market, and his departure could be a strategic move by the club. Flick wants to land for the Blaugrana Tour 2025, Asia edition, with a honed, competitive group and no excess players. The idea is to give minutes to the young players from the training center, polish new gems, and start shaping the starting 11 right now. And for that, there is no place for those who are not part of the future. And you, what do you think, Kuhl? Would you keep any of these names, or is it already time to turn the page? According to the latest rumors from England, Chelsea is refocusing on Fermin Lopez, the Barcelona midfielder who has been on Stamford Bridge's radar for months. But beware, the player has no intention of moving for now and has a contract until 2029 with a termination clause of €500 million. In the past 2024-25 season, Fermin shone with 8 goals and 10 assists in 46 matches, being a starter on 22 occasions, making him a fundamental piece for Hansi Flick. However, Chelsea would be ready to put a very tempting offer on the table to try to convince Barça. A possible exchange with Christopher Nkunku, a French striker who is not part of coach Enzo Maresca's plans. Nkunku, who arrived in London in 2023 for €60 million, could leave for about 40 to 45 million, roughly half of what Barça hopes to obtain for Fermin. Nkunku is a versatile player who can play as an offensive midfielder, central striker, or left winger, the position in which he feels most comfortable. In his best period at RB Leipzig, he scored 70 goals in 172 matches, and last season, he scored 15 goals with Chelsea, standing out in all competitions. But Barça sees Fermin's departure as very complicated, as he is one of the untouchables for Flick and a key piece in his rotation plan. The arrival of another left winger could complicate the fight for a place in the 11, but the club does not want to sell one of its references. Additionally, Barça has funding sources that will allow it to face new incorporations without needing to sell anyone, thanks to an economic injection for the VIP seats at Spotify camp and a sponsorship agreement with the Democratic Republic of the Congo that will bring in about 40 million. Thus, the club is preparing the registration of new recruits and the extension of key players without losing its precious midfielder. And you, Kuhl, would you make the exchange of Fermin for Nkunku? According to the Spanish portal El Gol Digital, FC Barcelona has its sights set on Dusan Blajovic, a Serbian striker from Juventus who is going through a tough time in Italy and could have his contract terminated due to the high salary he receives. If this happens, Deco and Joan Laporta are reportedly ready to act quickly and recruit the player as reinforcement for Hansi Flick's team. Blajovic, aged 25, has previously been on Flamengo's radar, but his priority is to continue in European football, making a move to the Brazilian club highly unlikely at this time. Barcelona's interest in the Serbian is closely linked to the potential departure of Robert Lewandowski, who, at 36 years old and with a contract about to expire, has no natural successor in the squad. Deco and Laporta believe that, despite his inconsistent performances in recent seasons, Blajovic still has the level to make a difference in the Blaugrana team. However, the operation would only advance if Juventus officially confirms the termination of his contract. As for Flamengo, the possibility of recruiting the striker is just a dream, as Blajovic earns around 24 million euros annually, approximately 155 million reais, and he would have to accept a significant salary reduction to fit into Barcelona's financial reality. Meanwhile, Barcelona continues to closely monitor Julian Alvarez, the Atletico de Madrid striker, who is considered an absolute priority by the sports management, although his recruitment is very complex. The Argentine, valued at over 800 million reais, has a strong bond with the Colchonero club, where he feels happy, further complicating the negotiations. The question now is clear. Will Barcelona manage to secure Blajovic's services if the termination with Juventus is confirmed, or will it continue to dream of Alvarez despite the difficulties? The market promises strong emotions for the Kuhl supporters. According to information circulating on social media, FC Barcelona supporters are angry and demanding the dismissal of sports director Deco. The reason? The poor performance that, according to many Kuhls, the former Brazilian player has had in managing the transfer market with failed operations that have frustrated the club's plans in recent transfer windows. For a large part of the supporters, Deco has become the scapegoat for the recent sporting failures. One of the triggers of this wave of indignation was Deco's declared interest in recruiting Luis Diaz from Liverpool, for whom he would be willing to pay around 70 million euros. A figure that has generated strong rejection among the supporters. The renowned journalist Fabrizio Romano even stated that Deco likes the Colombian winger, which has only fueled the controversy. But the list of failures pointed out by the Blaugrana supporters does not end there. Names such as Florian Wirtz, Rafael Leao, and Nico Williams are also mentioned. The latter case was particularly painful. When his recruitment by Barcelona seemed already done, the player renewed at the last minute with Athletic Club, leaving the Catalan club empty-handed. Another focus of criticism is the alleged interest in Christopher Nkunku from Chelsea, an operation that has divided opinions among the Kuhls. On Twitter, the hashtag #DecoOut is gaining strength every day, reflecting the growing social pressure for a change in sports management. So far, President Joan Laporta has made no official statement on the matter. As the management faces this crisis of confidence, Hansi Flick's team focuses on preparing for their return to the field. Barcelona's next match will be on the 27th of this month against Vissel Kobe in a pre-season friendly. It remains to be seen if this pressure from social media will have real consequences within the club or if Deco will continue to lead the sports project. And you, what do you think? Is it time for Laporta to react and listen to the supporters? According to a recent live stream with the American streamer Rakai, Cristiano Ronaldo Jr., son of the Portuguese star, sparked controversy by answering the question of who is the best at the moment. His father or Lamine Yamal, the young promise of FC Barcelona. Directly, Cristiano Jr. stated, "Lamine is better now, but he hasn't won anything yet." A statement that many interpreted as an attempt to highlight his father's legacy while sending a message of demand to the Kuhl attacker. Lamine Yamal, at just 18 years old, has already amassed impressive stats: 106 matches with Barça, 25 goals, and 34 assists, in addition to winning a Euro with Spain and 4 titles with the Catalan club. The young winger has shown he has talent in abundance, but according to Cristiano Jr., he still needs to turn it into significant trophies. Curiously, the sons of Cristiano Ronaldo and Lamine met during the European summer of 2024 in a meeting shared on social media by Monir Nasraoui, Yamal's father. Cristiano Ronaldo has also publicly congratulated the young Barca player, highlighting physical and style similarities between the two youngsters and asking for caution with expectations. "Let the boy grow," warned the veteran Portuguese, aware of the weight that so much pressure can represent at such an early age. Although Lamine seems destined for a bright future, the comparison with Cristiano Ronaldo, one of the best footballers of all time, still seems premature. CR7 has won 5 Ballon d'Or awards and 4 Champions Leagues with Real Madrid, achievements that place him on a unique level in football history. The big unknown is, will Lamine Yamal manage over time to reach that level and surpass the legend?